Welcome, man. Welcome back. We're back again, episode 10. Appreciate it.
Sure.
I mean,
Sure.
it's crazy. We took how many months to get to episode 10? When did we start?
April?
We said
No, we
there
started in
is no.
It was May. Couldn't have been April. Couldn't have been April. Anyway, couldn't have been April, bro.
Yeah.
That would have been way too long.
That's a disclaimer that men don't remember about dates. I mean, hapo yani kidogo hapo shaonyeshwa kwamba wanaume na tarehe ni disproportional kabisa.
Hiyo ndo basi tena. Good.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, shout out last episode. We got a few things we want to talk about today. You know, specifically in the world of basketball. You feel me?
Nigga say specifically.
Yeah, and like I got a few things in my mind that I think I want to discuss. First of all, is that boy. That boy has been making too much noise, bro. Like everybody knows about this nigga, bro. That boy Victor Wembanyama, bro.
Yeah.
That brother, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't sold on the hype. Seeing him coming out of Europe, I wasn't sold on the hype. I was like, let this nigga get into the league, bro. Nigga get into the league. Bro, he dropped 38 against the Suns. I'm like, oh, shit. This nigga might be
the Suns. They be the Suns back to back.
Right?
And yeah, like, listen, like, the 20 points that he always has, it's because he gets into foul trouble a lot. And the immaturity towards the league and his excitement there. So he goes for every play, tries to block every play. So that gets him to 20 points. And sometimes, remember, Victor he loves the perimeter. He will always like be outside. Like it's crazy. There's this play they were playing against. Let me remember. Yeah, the Raptors. And somebody hit a shot. Somebody just hit a shot, and Zach Collins had the ball in the paint, and he swung it to Victor. And what the commentator was saying, that should be Victor swinging the ball outside, and for him to just be outside there and just waiting for that 3-pointer to get it, that should tell you, Gwamba, if this man's decide, hey, let me just get 20 points in the paint, and the rest can be from the 3-pointer. He will be averaging 30 every single day. So I'm just trying to point out, Kwamba, the 38 points, it's when he decides to literally score you, beat you at every level he wants, especially the paint area. Do you get my point? I think that's what they figured out. Sometimes it's just, hey, just throw the ball up there, he'll catch it, and he will just do something with it. Because some of his touch is so fluid to an extent.
Around the rim, right?
Exactly. And something that Gil was talking about, it's like, do you see how Victor leaks out every single time somebody gets a defensive rebound? That guy is on transition. Like you would expect a 5 to like get the rebound and now pass it to the 1 and 2 to push the ball. That man is like right there. Like his prospect points.
That's crazy. Doing that too.
Yeah, but him being a guard him playing like a guard way back, but also like seeing like evolving towards being that type of like he's like
fives don't
all around
play like that.
Definitely, fives don't normally play. You wouldn't see Jokic like Jokic will be the one throwing the dime towards somebody leaking out. Let it be KCP, Jamal Murray. You won't see a bead leaking out as far. You won't see Rudy Gobert leaking out. You get my point?
But Wemby is actually he's a 4. He's not a 5.
Okay, who is a 5 right now?
I don't think we have 5s anymore.
Did you get my point? Like, what is a 5? What constitutes a 5? Because it's
okay, hold on. That brings us to a very like another topic, which is very long and it's for a different day. It's like, do we really think do we have positions anymore? But that's another thing. You know what I mean? Do we really have positions anymore?
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. But I was just trying to highlight the fact kwamba like the 38 points as a funga ni jambo ambalo anaweza kalifanya like any other day.
Yeah. And I think Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. That's what you're saying, and I think it's just it's the thing is the reason why I'm like right now I'm like, oh shit, this nigga's the deal is because like obviously you understand that he's not mature yet, or he's not like you understand that he's trying to find his footing, but not as much of an extent to like someone like Scoot or any of the other rookies. Like
I think it's that experience to play with the pros from a younger age.
The G League, bro.
Do you think? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Do you
but
think
the G League is still pro? It's still pro.
Do you equate? I know, I understand you, but would I equate that to like Lucas, like Real Madrid? Would I equate to that? Exactly. And was Scoot 16 years old playing against pros?
Rudy Gobert, yeah, crazy.
You get my point? Yeah, so like I'm trying to say that and the type of basketball that Europeans play.
Yeah, it's different.
The court itself, it's smaller. The rules,
smaller court, right?
Yeah, it's a smaller court. So like that's why spacing. When you get to the NBA, it's like everything now is bigger,
huge.
And Joe like marvel at Lucas seeing all that stuff. It's because like, dude, I've been playing on the tunnel vision for a freaking long time. Now I have a wide ass vision.
Space? Yeah,
definitely this spacing gonna do something with it.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when Luka came into the league, I remember that draft.
Yeah.
And watching everything, and I was like, Luka is the best player in this draft. Period. I remember, and it was like so clear to me. I was like, because I remember people. I don't know why people weren't really like sold on Luka like that. But I was like, bro, Luka is a phenomenal basketball player, right? I think
me personally, ever since for Porzingis, I stopped doubting about European players. I think to me, I can relate to Porzingis a lot in a sense of it was just this dude that came through from Europe, tall, who can shoot the freaking ball, and he was in the Knicks.
He changed, like he defied all odds of like how like a 7'3"
Definitely. And I remember the backlash that the Knicks got when they drafted him. Oh my God, what are you doing?
They were booing on the draft night.
Of course. I think the 2 times this is gonna be a good argument. I think the 2 times Carmelo that was hurt and outside, it gave birth to Insanity or the Unicorn. That's my take.
Yeah.
Because back then, right? Back then, when he was hurt, he was outside. I mean, Jeremy Lin had to take over, and we had an Insanity moment. Then this other time, Carmelo was out. Now Porzingis had to step over, and we had the Unicorn moment. So, what do you say about that? Me, I'm just saying. Kwenye timu yako omba tu mtu aumie kidogo. Listen, it's called in professional way. It's called the next man up mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the mentality of the next man up. Like, listen, bro. Like you gotta look at him. Like, bro, are you hurt? Are you sure you're walking well? You might need to take a breather a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need. That's all you need, people.
You need him to step out. You need him to step out.
Just a little bit that you can,
I ain't supporting it, bro. I ain't supporting it. I am not supporting it.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know. I understand. You shouldn't wish bad.
Nah, I don't support it.
Let's be honest. Said, if you go take an analysis, you will find some players right now. Tanzania. Let's say team ya Pazi. What people that wengine waombea wengine waumie.
Low key. And that brings us to our next conversation actually. How is Pazi basketball? One second, obviously as a hoops fan, as a hoops lover,
By
so
the way, I was
I
just
gotta be a
joking, you
fast
know. I
person,
mean,
of course.
definitely, I wasn't serious at all. I mean, if that's your way, bro, that's good, bro. But oh my God.
Don't disclaimer, don't take that seriously. We were just playing around. That is not
Okay,
serious.
let me give you some updates about Pazi, by the way.
Yeah.
Ooh. BL has different conferences. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
And in these conferences, that's where they play the Elite 16 in these conferences. Then the playoffs is Nafanyika, Rwanda. So you have Egypt in that. You have Senegal. You have
there's teams that
South Africa.
automatically are in.
APR from Rwanda. They just get in automatically because they're the host. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
so,
are they just nice like that?
Normally wanatolewa mapema lakini oops, let's not talk about
real?
that. No. They have good signings right now. I hope they do better this time. So 21st of November to 26th, that's when the tournament's gonna be. That's the length of the tournament.
Yeah.
Probably people they're gonna leave here maybe 2 days before, 3 days before.
Of course, they're gonna to get there and get ready.
Definitely, they're gonna be at Johannesburg, Joburg. They're gonna be at Joburg.
You remember Joburg? Yeah. You remember that trip?
Actually. So yeah, man, I think they're gonna play at a stadium called Ellis Park Arena. You know, Ellis Park Arena. That's how far I got to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they looking ready?
I went to the practice yesterday. They're looking good, man. They had new signees. I don't know how many.
They still
I don't know how many
players. The older players.
Nakwambia kwamba boss hapa ombe mwenzako tu njaa. Ali gumu.
No. Is Ali going?
The roster's not out yet.
Oh no. If they scrap the whole team, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
If I was to say, from yesterday, right? Was I'm talking about the Tanzanian team, the Tanzanian players.
Yeah, you're trying to think of the Tanzanian players. Like
okay. I mean, you know Swalehe, right? Swalehe is really evolving into, like, quietly he's evolving to a really good player.
I think he's always been a good player.
Quietly is evolving to a really good player. I like how he's playing. I think the pros he's rubbing off. They're rubbing off through him a lot. Like he's really sucking in the knowledge. Pause.
Yeah.
Gain the knowledge. I know. Listen, bro. Listen. Don't trust me. This other day, somebody just I'll something, which I knew somebody's gonna think about that, but I was like, no, man. And then this guy just texted me about it. I was like, God damn, dude. Like, you didn't have to say like that.
Yeah, low key, I was thinking about this the other day too. I was like, when I was watching the little reel you made about, like, when I'm talking about like how many pretty guys women see, and I was like, that was probably a pause moment. But then I was like, it's not that serious. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was like, it don't really matter like that. But keep going.
I love what Saleh was doing. I love it. I don't know if he sees that for himself, but I think if he's doubting himself about it, I mean, I would definitely pick Saleh. Saleh is like, you see it's a very tough comparison, but the tenacity Jordan Poole had with the Warriors, and you would pick him out like, that guy is good. Like, he's not the best out there, but his tenacity and how he approaches his game is good. I like it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to put it. I'm not saying same skill level like the tenacity and the drive, knowing that I'm not option like 1, 2, and 3.
And he was playing very, like, I feel like in Golden State, he was playing very smart basketball because he had to. You know what I mean?
He had to.
Pros.
Yeah, you had to.
there's that level of expectation. In Washington, I think he's just bullshit. And I'm sorry, and I like Jordan Poole, but I really just
he's not about to pass the ball at all.
Yeah, he's bullshitting, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
And funny fact, like him and Kuz, people who are like came up from better teams. I mean, they were molded well, and they had to sacrifice who they are. They had to sacrifice who they are to make sure the team is winning. Now the whole team depends on you, so it's a different look.
Yeah. Of course. Sorry, I know this is like we're digressing, but like the fact they had to sacrifice those like 2, 3, 4 years they were in the league. Now they want to be at the center of the stage. So
yeah. So so they played good. Thing is, man, I think there's something that you talked about back then. Kama sisi tuko na upole fulani hivi ambao sisi tuko hivi tusaidiwe nini. But also like we're so laid back in terms of grabbing opportunity and going for it 100%. And I think I've seen that yesterday. I've seen just because of 2, 3 turnovers or mistakes, players get to flare out. And it's as if the confidence is diminished.
Pause. I think that has to be a coach's thing to say. Because
what do you mean?
Because I feel like, do you see how we talked about that and we recognize that, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think I would have it would have been very hard for me to recognize it if I didn't have 2 perspectives. I grew up with 2 different perspectives of like how home was for me back home, where it was like you have that like international school perspective, right? Where like when you play basketball there, in that sense, you think about basketball in a very different way versus when you play basketball with people from Wasibu and
locals and stuff.
Yeah, and then when you further up, because like when I went to
Taifa Cup.
Yeah, when I went to Taifa Cup, right?
Taifa Cup is a national tournament in Tanzania, by the way.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Just
when I went to Taifa Cup and I was really like ingesting everything, and I was like, and like how the whole tournament is set up, like and then I was like, oh shit, wait, like some people look at basketball like this, which is like it's this perspective where like we need to be helped, right? It's not like we have very good players and this is a tournament to showcase that. Like apart from the dart team, because the dart team was good, right? It just felt like to me it was like every other team was more like it's an opportunity to get money, whether it's for yourself or like it. To me, it felt like it was very like it gave me a lot of helplessness vibes. So what I'm trying to say is you don't recognize that easily. It's not something where, and like I feel like with a lot of times with people playing, and if you really just grow up with one perspective and you've been playing basketball for a very long time in Tanzania, and we talked about last time how we were lacking pro exposure. Shit like that is going to be so hard to notice.
Definitely, without exposure.
As a player, it's going to be hard to notice. That's something a coach has to say, and that's what I mean. A coach has to come in and point out and say, "Hey, how many coaches do they have, by the way?"
They have 2. They have not 2 so far. I mean, Hashim sometimes takes over in terms of leading, like some practices.
I think they should have like 1 more coach. And like the reason I'm saying that,
I mean, they should have more than that. I mean, they should have a video. That's an investment that I think they'll get there with time. I don't want to put a lot of responsibilities to them, but improve your coaching staff, you're gonna be good. Because right now, teams who are gonna be playing the Elite 16, some of those teams, like I think I've seen some teams in the West from the team called Bangui FC, where this lady coach called Coach Lee's is coaching there. I've seen like almost like 4 or 5 coaches in the coaching staff who are right there on the bench. Rwanda, I know it's a national team, but they came to play a tournament here. They came with about like 11 of them. You know, and all these guys are paid for. All these guys are flown all the way through here. I'm just trying to say is that as much as their focus right now has been in acquiring the players, you have to acquire the right coaching staff to make sure the players are performing at their highest potential level. And you cannot underestimate that. You cannot despise the cost for that, because that's not a cost. That's an investment you're making in making sure that the team's culture is being progressively, made and built on to a point whereby whoever comes in has to abide to the team's culture. And that's something you got to create with a group of coaches who are very well experienced, but also they understand what it takes to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those are very good points, and I hope kama kuna mtu anasikiliza kweli. That's free game.
And again, as much as they're acquiring the players, which is beautiful, they shouldn't underestimate on the part whereby the head coach needs more like 4 or 5 of them to make sure that it's a progressive, and it's much more of something that was discussed about with a group of staff, towards an objective. And nakwambia, I don't think that is something they should underestimate.
And like kweli, me, I think that's true, but I also think we're preaching to the wrong audience here, kwa sababu I feel like this team, that's the one that's being made right now, is strictly for this ball like run. You know what I mean?
I know, but I understand that. But I don't think the sweetness of this thing is it will make you want it more and more.
But that's the thing. Like, that's for a different basketball mind to understand. If like,
listen. I just think at least we talked about it. You don't want to be like, oh man, I wish I said something about it. You get my point? Be the different. What I believe is that in a multitude of people, there should be one person who can resonate to what we're trying to talk about. And it's not rocket science. It's simply about you're doing a better job in acquiring good players. Good players need good coaches to stay around. So once they see
you, if you want to make this a consistent thing, if you want to keep making the ball team, if you want to keep having like this, because like the thing is, I remember to go to Nongelea, the business side of it. You know what I mean? To go to Nongelea, the business side, just how much revenue it can bring, right? And part of that revenue is bringing high quality games. Right?
Definitely.
How do we bring high quality games? It's by having high quality players. How do we keep high quality players? Because they can come and go, right? But how do we keep high quality players? Is by surrounding them with high quality coaches.
For sure.
And those things go hand in hand.
Definitely. In the world of today, there's so much that goes into the coaching part that is so vital for you to have a bigger one, to a point whereby it saves a whole lot. Let's say since they finished the tournament to when they're going through when they're going to the other tournament in South Africa. Sijajua if they've been having film sessions. Not only film sessions that the games they played before, but film sessions that the scrimmages that they run throughout the practice time. Because it's important to see the involvement of every other player through this time and know as we're going there, who is at the best top performance and how can we use him best. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like first of all, I don't think they're doing that. If they are, kudos. But I don't think they're doing that. The thing is, right, I feel like hii plan tunaiongelea hapa sasa hivi. Hii plan ni ya mwaka kesho. So plan ya sasa hivi. Yani hii plan ni when the team is first being like, when they're on the drawing board at the start, we're like, all right, Pazi's organization. From the league itself, from RBA, you need to have a progressive plan. It has to start from right there, from those games. There has to be a set plan of what coaching style you want to implement, how you want your players to grow during this season, because then it's going to impact. Because these are steps we're taking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are steps we're
Yeah.
taking. You build up on everything little by little, and I feel like the reason tumefikia hata hapa, the reason tumefikia hapa na Pazi Basketball is because it's not like this is the first time tumejaribu kuleta players from abroad, sindio? You know what I mean?
No. I would say this. This is the first time we have invested heavy in bringing good players.
And that's what I'm saying. The reason tumefikia hapo is because tulishaleta players before and it didn't work out. So then we took a step further. You know what I mean? We built up on it. And that's what I'm saying is, like, with what we are talking about, which is probably someone could argue, mtu anaweza kaona akasikiliza akasema mimi sikubaliani na, you know what I mean? But like me and you definitely feel like that is the vision. That is the vision, to create a basketball powerhouse. You know what I mean? And you have to pay attention to the details. There's so many, you need to have a good team. There's so many things that like you need to create. Like the foundation has to be so strong. Like someone has to come into this organization, and that's the thing, unfortunately. And nikija nikakaa nikaongelea na inakuja we're going to wrap up this, and I'm going to wrap this up very nicely. When we talk about all of this, I think it's great. Mimi nafurahi sana kuona Pazi growing. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm here too, I'm like, oh my God, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? I wish I could watch, right?
Definitely.
But then the thing is, I feel like right now, if we were to compare Pazi as a basketball club to a basketball club in Rwanda, to a basketball club in South Africa, to a basketball club in Europe, very different standards. And what I'm saying is, yani, unfortunately, and mpaka kuna vitu vingi sana tunahitaji kufanya, but until then, we can't be taken seriously.
I think, to your point, it trickles down from the country itself. All those people, the country we've been talking about. If I say Rwanda, you think basketball. If I say South Africa, you think rugby, right? But also the emergence of the NBA Africa office. The first NBA Africa office is
South Africa. But I also think like South Africa, like
this is the reason why I'm trying
it seriously.
This is the reason. If I had an NBA office in Tanzania, that means the president is aware of the office. The president likes the initiative, right? So if it trickles down towards the players themselves, that thing's gonna be serious. Do you get my point? If the NBA decides to put its office in a country, that means it went through the government officials all the way down. What I'm trying to say is that being the fact, it means Kwamba with Tanzania, unless you're not Simba Yanga, definitely we're not going to be taken serious about basketball team code, whatever it is. But I love what we're doing because, again, the players who are making noise around the continent, like we have one or two out there. And now bringing in Hashim, that's much more focused. I bet you, some players, some teams right now, they're planning so hard on how they can match up Pazi right now. Because now you have Hashim and different other players that are there. Do you get my point? Back then, it wouldn't be much more of a worry. It'd be much more of, okay, how much are we bidding this team by?
Yeah.
But right now,
we're cruising,
I bet you teams are planning against them, are planning how to play and counter them. And it's going to be just beautiful to watch.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the reason why back then we're not taking serious, because like from the national level itself, from the president itself, does he even see this as something that's alarming? Like, hey, we gotta embark on this quickly. You know, that's what I'm saying. You see Kenya. I mean, Ruto goes to President Ruto goes to the NBA headquarters in New York, something like that, and he meets at themselves. They sign an MOU. Now you have an NBA office in East Africa again. So that means if the leaders see this, they see the importance of that. Trust me, the trickle down effect is going to be happening that quick, and you just start seeing oh, now basketball is becoming one hell of a good, commodity to like people invest in and making, a great benefit out of it.
For real though.
Until next time, Bill, it was a good conversation. We will definitely be having some guys who are responsible for these conversations because I think there's so much more they can talk about that we don't know. And the last thing we want to do is put words on their mouth and make them feel as if, oh, you could just ask us what is it about? You know, I wish so well for Pazi. Pazi is a basketball team in this country, and it's doing better this year. And trying to qualify for the Basketball Africa League. They will be heading to South Africa this November, late November. So that's why we're on about it, man, because it's for a long time we haven't been talking about our basketball teams in the country performing well.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like definitely. If they weren't doing something,
So thank you for giving us something to talk about. I could go to Oscar from Cameroon. I'm like, yo, you definitely gotta be checking out our team right now because we're doing well. We're doing well.
But like, I also it's just for you know if you're a non-basketball fan or you know if you're a basketball fan that doesn't know too much about African hoops, lock in. It's that time.
Definitely,
we're coming.
Definitely.
We're coming.
Bro, me, I just think we gotta put it out there more. The way we put the NBA out there more, the way we put the European League out there more. I think the BAL is the next new thing. We definitely I'll come back next time. I'll just like let you guys know about the format of how the BAL is the Basketball Africa League, but also
please would really appreciate it.
Definitely, because I think people need to know about it. People need to know that hey, Africa has a league that's the next 20 years. It might be the next Euro League. It might be the next, CDA. So it might be getting there. You might start hearing in the next 5 years. Oh, this NBA player agreeing to a deal in BAL.
Yeah. There's former NBA players that are going to the Cape Town Tigers, the South African team.
Definitely.
So it's already low key happening.
Oh, by the way, Judith is
in Qatar. I know.
Judith is in Qatar, man. I was so happy for them. We should talk about that more, man. I think people need to know Judith is out there in Qatar, and then, man, all I know she's a bucket. That's all I know. I'm just so happy. Yeah, I'm so happy.
She's a fucking bucket, bro.
Definitely.
She's a bucket all day, every day. She can shoot the fuck out of that ball, man.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully, man, she'll have some great experience. And people should talk about her more. I don't know why we're not talking about her more. You know what I'm saying? Samesa, Judith. Samesa. We're so we'll
have an episode just for you. Don't even worry.
Just for you. Matter of fact, definitely. But it's so good again to see women's hoops in a country, man, being represented by her. And she's doing an amazing job out there in Kenya, and now they're in Qatar. Man, man, I never know. There might be something else for her. I wish there was BAL for women, man. I wish. Aqui Tafika, ouve? Tafika.
Asante sana kwa kutusikiliza.
Tunashukuru sana. Kwa majina naitwa Phineas. Niko na mwanangu Okun.
Kama mnavyoona hapo. And deuces, man. Appreciate it.
Your Swahili is flaring down, big boy.
Fuck off, nigga.
Until next time, y'all.